During an earthquake, we often hear the terms intensity and magnitude. Many of us might think they're the same, but they actually describe different aspects of an earthquake. Let's clear up the confusion. To understand the difference, let's start with the term intensity. Intensity tells us how strong or weak the shaking is in a particular location. It describes the earthquake's effects on people, buildings, and the environment. In the Philippines, we use the PHIVOLCS earthquake intensity scale to describe this. Intensity can vary depending on how far or close you are to the epicenter of the earthquake. The closer you are, the higher the intensity. The farther you are, the lower the intensity. That's right. The intensity is strongest near the epicenter and becomes weaker as you move farther away. Intensity is based on the experiences of people during the earthquake. What did they see, feel, or do? It's all subjective, so it's a qualitative measure. For example, did cabinets fall? Were people frightened? Did buildings crack? Now let's talk about magnitude. This term refers to the total energy released by an earthquake. The splash is the magnitude, but the ripples are the intensity. Close to the splash, big ripples. Farther away, smaller ripples. When rocks along a fault line bend, energy builds up. When the rocks finally snap, this stored energy is released as seismic waves, and this is what we call the earthquake's magnitude. Scientists use an instrument called a seismograph to record the magnitude of an earthquake. Unlike intensity, magnitude is measurable, so it's a quantitative value. The magnitude doesn't change based on where you are, it's the same, whether you're near or far from the epicenter. Magnitudes are usually expressed on scales like the Richter scale. It's a number that tells us how much energy was released during the quake. So, what's the difference? Intensity is about how the earthquake feels and what happens at specific locations. It's subjective and varies by distance from the epicenter. Magnitude is about the total energy released. It's objective and remains the same no matter where you are. Now that we know the difference between intensity and magnitude, we can better understand what we're hearing in earthquake reports. Stay safe and stay informed.